Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Coffee with Katie. I have my planty mug today. I apologize, I have a little bit of a migraine that I'm working through, but today's video is going to be my September TBR. Now, since like June, my TBRs have been a little sus. I've been reading stuff that hasn't been on my TBR, I've been not finishing my TBR, it's been very mismatched, so that energy might go into September as well, who knows. But these are the books that I'm planning on reading if fate so chooses. But the first one that I'm trying to get to is The Ghost Smith by Nikki Palpretto. This is book 2 in the Bonesmith series. It might be a duology actually, just a duology. But I really did like The Bonesmith, and I'm curious to see where the story is going to go from here. Can't get into that one a whole lot, but I did really enjoy the kind of necromancy magic we were getting, and it was just an interesting world with an interesting magic system and like the metal magic system. It was kind of like two enemies having to team up, and then there just being a lot of like political plots and stuff. So I am looking forward to continuing that series if I can. And the next one that I'm planning on reading is the buzzword book for September, and I think it's something to do with mouth, so it could be like taste, kiss, something like that. Anything to do with your mouth, and I chose Kiss of Death by Alice Wilde, Tempting the Fates, book 1. I bought this a long time ago because it was an indie author, and it sounded kind of interesting, and it says on the top here, one kiss to bind their souls, one kiss to end them. I feel like the back kind of explains kind of what you're looking at, and it's what would you give to save the one person who truly loves you, your soul, your life, your love. And it kind of sounds like a Cinderella type of situation where she's got like the evil stepmother with the step siblings, and her father ends up passing, and then she's about to be sold off to a sadistic lord, and she kind of takes matters into her own hands to save herself from this fate. Or her father's dying, he hasn't died yet, I guess. Makes a deal with the bargainer. If she fails, she'll be found, beaten, and married off to and undoubtedly die at her husband's hand. If she succeeds, her father will live, though at what cost to my own life, I don't know. Either way, my life as I know it is forfeit, but at least this way I'll be able to choose my own fate, or so I thought. So it sounds kind of like she's making like a deal with the devil type of a thing, but it sounds interesting. Hopefully it is. I would also really like to read The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This just sounds pretty cute. It's a cozy fantasy that just came out in July. It just sounds cute and kind of fun. I've had it on my radar for a little bit and just kind of forgot that it came out in July. It says, a lush cottagecore tale full of stolen spell books, unexpected friendships, sweet jams, and even sweeter love. Keela has always had trouble dealing with people. Thankfully, as a librarian at the Great Library, she has her assistant Kaz, a magically sentient spider plant, and has spent the last decade sequestered among the Empire's most precious spellbooks, preserving their magic for the city's elite. When a revolution begins and the library goes up in flames, she and Kaz flee with all the spellbooks they can carry and head to a remote island Keela had never thought she'd see again, her childhood home. Taking refuge there, Keela discovers, much to her dismay, a very nosy and very handsome neighbor who can't take a hint and keeps showing up day after day to make sure she's fed and help fix up her new home. In need of income, she identifies something that even the bakery in the town doesn't have: jam. With the help of an old recipe book her parents left her and a bit of illegal magic, her cottage garden is soon covered in ripe berries. But magic can do more than make a little life sweeter, so Keela risks the consequences of using unsanctioned spells and opens the island's first ever and much needed secret spell shop. Like a Hallmark rom-com full of mythical creatures and fueled by cinnamon rolls and magic, the spell shop will heal your heart and feed your soul. Like, it sounds kind of precious and fun, and a sentient spider plant. That's cool. So I think this will be fun. I think this will be nice, and for me to just be able to read something that it's cozy fantasy, read a cozy fantasy in the midst of my kind of slumpiness. So I think that will be a good, fun time. Hopefully, I have high hopes. It sounds like it's what I'm in the mood for, you know? This is a good time to make a kind of announcement, but the next book I have is one I got in my Fairy Loot adult box, but I'm actually going to be stopped doing unboxings on my channel. I have like one more I'm probably going to still keep doing the YA Fairy Loot, but I unsubscribed from the adult Fairy Loot and the romantasy Fairy Loot just because I had too much going on. And also the Broken Binding, the City of Jade trilogy is going to be my last Broken Binding, I think, as well. I just had too much coming in, and I wasn't unboxing enough of them, and it's a lot of money to just keep getting all of them. So I'm whittling down, and so a lot of the unboxings are going to be going away, and so I just kind of cut it because I was already having trouble getting them up on time, anyway. So all that being said, this is the Fairy Loot edition, and I'm hoping to get to Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan. From what I understand of this, it's a portal. First off, look at that. Very pretty. From what I understand, this is like a portal fantasy where a person gets sucked into a world that she's read about in books and she really likes, but she ends up being the villain of the story, which is not what she was expecting, and she wants to live. And the little synopsis that comes with like the Fairy Loot card is, desperate for a second chance at life, Ray makes a daring bargain to live within her favorite fantasy book, only to find herself as the villainess. Now she must lead a band of misfits to rewrite their fates, even as the alluring Emperor's wrath threatens to destroy them all. So it sounds kind of fun. I really like the cover. And on the back it says, a story for anyone who's ever fallen for the villain. You know, that's me. I also got this on NetGalley and haven't reviewed it yet, so I need to get to that. So yeah, hopefully I will get to this soon. And then the next one I don't have currently, and I have a hold on Libby, and I'm just hoping it's going to come through in time for September, but there's a chance that it won't and that I won't get it in time. But that is Wisteria by Adeline Grace. This is the third book in like the Belladonna series, and I believe it's the conclusion, and I've been really looking forward to this. I really enjoyed Belladonna. I liked Foxglove, but it wasn't what I was expecting, and I didn't kind of go the direction I was expecting. I didn't hate it, but the end was just kind of like, just not what I thought it was gonna be. Still liked it, just not what I thought it was gonna be, and curious to see how the story continues in book 3. So I would like to get to that just to be able to like have the closure and conclusion of the series. So hopefully I will get that soon. If not, it'll come when it comes with my Libby hold, and then I'll read it that month. But it's definitely on the docket. I was kind of sad because I really wanted to read it as soon as it came out, but I just didn't get the hold placed on time, or in time, I guess. But yeah, I can't really give you the plot of that one, but the first book, Belladonna, you're following Signa, who basically was supposed to die as a child and she didn't, and Death was intrigued by her because he couldn't kill her, and she has this like weird power where she can't really die. Things can also happen. She can like see ghosts and different stuff, and it gets kind of fun. It's kind of like a gothic fantasy, and she'll like eat belladonna berries and she'll see Death and kind of like interact with him to try to get answers for things. It's a pretty interesting story, and like I said, I really enjoyed it so far, so I'm hoping that this one will be no exception. And then last but not least, even though I probably won't read all of these books, I'm gonna do my shelf pick for the month. So let's just go. Let's try to like stir them up because I never know, you know? Ooh, don't fall out. Well, I drew Bookshops and Bone Dust. That's probably for the best. I've been meaning to read this for a while and I haven't. Let me go grab it. Well, I recently reorganized my shelves and I can't find it, so I'll put a picture up. But Bookshops and Bone Dust is it's a prequel story of Legends and Lattes, and you're following Viv, who is a mercenary at that point, but she gets injured and she needs to heal before she can continue her work and be on missions again. And so she's like kind of in this sleepy town, and she ends up going to this bookshop and I think making friends, and this is kind of like what prompts the events of Legends and Lattes and why she kind of shifts from her life, I believe. So I'm excited to read it. I liked Legends and Lattes quite a bit, more than I thought I was going to, and so I think this one will also be fun, and it's another cozy fantasy, so that's nice. Because I think that's kind of the mood that feels more right on stuff I'm going to be reading soon. So I like it. So those are the books that I'm hoping to get to in September. I would love to know what you're planning on reading in September. If you want to leave it in the comments down below. But as for now, that is it for today's video. Please like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Stay safe and caffeinated. Bye.